A few weeks after the initial reports about the asteroid came out, it was undisputedly acknowledged in the academic world that it was going to collide with the moon. That was the day our world changed forever. Our reactions were as dark as science had predicted. Very little was spared from the destruction, no one from the disbelief. The impact of the asteroid shattered the moon into pieces, completely obliterating it. A thick layer of debris engulfed the planet, blocking out the sun. Fallout, flooding, darkness. Mankind was doomed. The recent discovery of anti-gravity gave us hope. This new technology laid the foundation for the future of mankind. The development of the anti-gravity device was a colossal undertaking. Scientists, mechanics, and engineers from around the globe came together in its creation. Everyone was anxiously awaiting the startup of the device. Then, there was a malfunction. During ignition, a destructive heat wave was released from the core. The surrounding area was almost completely destroyed. The device finally stabilized at a reduced capacity, and the ascension succeeded.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Jamie Plays with me, Jamie. Today we're going to do something a little bit different from my usual content, and we're going to have a look at a game called Sphere Flying City. So as you've just seen from that kind of opening clip, it's about a game where an asteroid has come, it's destroyed the moon, which in turn has made the Earth very kind of inhospitable and very dangerous for human life. And what we are tasked to do is we are tasked to kind of build a city and hopefully save humanity, I believe is the purpose of this game. So it is a new game. It's it's just recently been released for early access for Steam, and the current version is 0.1.4. So it's still very, very early games. Very, very early days. This is still a very young, very new, very incomplete game. But we're going to have a look at it because I think it has some potential and it could be a really, really fun game. So you play, of course, as you do in many city builders, as kind of the city planner or the head person who makes those decisions. So why don't we jump in and have a look at things that are currently in the game so far. So it says here, a devastating start. Finally, it's a good thing you're here. We need you to take over as commander. I know you've been thrown into the deep end, but there are no other options. Most of those who were in charge are no longer with us. It certainly isn't going to be easy, but I have no doubt that you'll do just fine and take on the mantle of responsibility. That heat wave hit us so quickly. It was awful. The AG device seems to be working for now. We made it above the dark clouds and debris. No one could have predicted this sort of catastrophe. The heat wave almost destroyed our entire infrastructure. The only thing we have working at the moment is a single power plant. If you ask me, we're just lucky to be alive. I'm Jacob, by the way, the city planner. So as you'll notice as we go through, there's no voice acting yet that's been added in, so I'll have to read everything for you. There is music, however, and there are some beautiful visuals which we'll be looking at as well. So, status report shows that most of the colonists are safe. Lucky for us, they were in a protected area during our city's ascent. However, some are injured and need to be cared for first. There should be hundreds of more survivors still out there in escape pods. They must be in neighboring sectors. These poor souls need our help. They're stranded out there and we should do whatever it takes to find them. Our satellite network is down and we can't communicate with Earth, and we haven't been receiving any distress signals from the escape pods. Basically, nothing works right now. We're stranded and completely on our own. We should start rebuilding what we have left as soon as possible. So, I think, so what's going to happen, yeah, so we're going to have kind of an advisor role, so in this case it's First Officer Conway, who will be telling us what we need to do and where we kind of go from here. So before we get into it, this is kind of the layout of the UI, at least the current layout. So we have our time stuff is over here in the left-hand corner. We have our different resources up at the top. So we have food, we have water, we have materials, which are mine resource clusters, and remove buildings get more materials. We have energy, so we need this for operating this anti-gravity device, as well as for flying, and as it says here, more power plants equal more energy. We have 48 colonists, and it looks like we only have 24 actually living spaces, so we'll need to increase that. We have 12 who are actually doing work, and none who are ill or deathly ill, and none who are hungry or starving. And then we also have kind of loyalty, and we get this from food and shelter, improving living conditions, so adding things like parks or housing or other things that improve how people live, and then also what they eat. The more different types of food that you give them, the happier and the more loyal they will be. So hello, my name is Lynn, I am the First Officer. Medical support for injured is necessary. Although it says we don't have any injured at the moment, but that's okay. Set up 2 aid centers. So over here is some quick info. You might see these hovering over buildings. Down here is information, well, different types of buttons that we can press. For example, build, connect, which builds these kind of road things that we see kind of right here. Remove, so that would be kind of a deconstruct button. Repair, so your building can become damaged throughout this game, and we'll look at that. And also cancel orders as well. So let's say, okay, so I'm not going to get into this yet, we'll look at that a little bit later, because it's a bit more complex. So this is kind of our base, this is what the anti-gravity device looks like, and you can see that there is a shield around it. So this kind of is what protects your buildings and your base. I think the concept is you can build buildings outside of the shield, and it's still technically, the atmosphere is still breathable, I believe, but you don't necessarily want to do that because of environmental disasters and things. Theoretically, what we want to do is be able to expand this shield to cover absolutely everything, and what you do is you click here like this, but as you can see, we don't have the, definitely do not have the energy to do that. So I'm going to restart and we'll get back into it. So as you just saw, it's very easy to lose your base. The second kind of the power goes down, your city stops flying, and that's basically it. So what we need to do right now is, Lynn said that we need to build 2 aid centers. So under healthcare, so it unfortunately at the moment, I mean it is still very much a work in progress, maybe the tutorial will be improved in the future, but it doesn't really tell you where things are. Fortunately, it does seem to be set up very kind of logically. So for example, we have healthcare, technology and society, so things like research, housing, food, energy, resources and construction, and then storage. So under healthcare, we now need 2 aid centers. That's what we need to build at the moment. So you'll see here, for example, there are these red arrows that is right there on the left part of the building. This is what needs to be connected to a road. So for example, I mean, I could build that like that, and I could build that one like that, and then connect them with a road, and you'll see they've turned green. So green means it has access, red means it does not. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go like that as well, and like that, so that we have a road all the way around our base. Oh, I forgot to unpause, there we go. So this is our kind of base, this is what it looks like, and we are building those 2 aid centers. Yeah. So while we're waiting for that to happen, this is what our asteroid looks like. So I think this was supposed to be everything that we were supposed to have all of this originally, before the anti-gravity device kind of failed and destroyed all of this. Unfortunately, none of this is going to be usable, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to break it down for more materials, and in order to be able to expand as well. So what I'm going to do is just remove some of this already, because it's not as though we can use it anyway. So there is a priority system in the game, so what I'm also going to do is I'll set this as a low priority, and I think actually, generally it is a low priority, so it will do the building first before trying to remove anything. So Lynn says, good, now the injured people can be treated, but the survivors also need shelter. Provide a number of residential units required. Build single residential units for the colonists. So, okay, thank you. So, you see, actually, it removes it very quickly, and if you notice, we're also gaining material as well as we remove these buildings. So what I'm going to do, we should remove this as well to give us some building space. So actually, at the moment, we don't really need anything kind of within the shields. If we remove all of that, we'll then have the maximum building space that we possibly can have. Which will be great, and we can go from there. So we have some housing here. I'm actually thinking, why don't we just make this entire side housing? I don't think there's any reason why we shouldn't. So we need to build 3 more residential units. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And you know what? I mean, we have the material for it, so if you go here, it will tell you how much material you need. 10 energy consumption, 200 material, and 2 workforce to build it. Oh, sorry. I want housing. So this one just needs 100 material, and we have it, and it doesn't require energy. So I think I'm just going to place down a lot of these. And I'll just leave it at that for now, because we need to do some more removing of stuff before we can really go anywhere. So, as you can see, it's coming to build these first. It's not removing anything, which is good. So, the removal is lower down on the priority. You can increase and decrease priority as well. Oh, maybe let's select a building that's being built. Okay, maybe you can't for those buildings. I know on some buildings, for example, you get this priority thing. So this is a small power plant, and you can increase or decrease priority for things. And that usually goes for building as well. So enough residential units were built. Now re-establish food production. The food supply needs to be secured. Set up a plantation. So again, we go to the builds, we go to food, and the only building, the only kind of food building I think that we have at the moment is the plantation. So let me set one up here. So you can build outside of the shield. That's not a problem. The one kind of issue that we're probably going to have, though, is that if there are any kind of environmental hazards that pop up, if they clip this kind of edge, it might damage the building. We can repair our buildings, that's not a problem, but it's something that we need to keep in mind. And I think... So yeah, that's almost done. It will then come here and build the plantation, and then we will figure out what we need to build next, which I think, looking at it, we need more energy. So I think that's what we'll go for. Or that's what we'll need to do. Yep, and you can set different, like, vegetable things to grow, I believe. I haven't tried any of that. So, oh, okay, we need to build a second power plant. So that's great. So let's go to energy. So we can have a small one, I believe that will be a large one, and that's something, this is like a solar panel thing, I think. But we need to research that, and we can't do that at the moment. So let's go here, and let's place, not enough room there. You know what, let's just place it here for now. Let's place it there and see what it is. Material consumption 3, so we are burning material to actually give us energy, so that's something to keep in mind. Produce 175. So for example, here is an example of an environmental issue or environmental thing that's occurring. So what's happening is that there are particles, so I mean absolutely beautiful, there are particles that were hitting us. So because there are a lot of these kind of things in the atmosphere, there's things like toxic clouds or meteor showers, things like that will happen as well. And the shield protects your buildings and things from it. If you don't have the shield around, or for example, you build outside of the shield, so your shield is not protecting those buildings, they will then take damage. So Lynn says, energy is necessary for a project's success. The AG device relies on a constant flow of energy. Energy production is our highest priority. Increase the priority level of an energy production site. So I'm going to go here, for example, and increase it just to 7. So building a radar station unlocks the navigation interface. It enables sector information gathering and travel to other areas on the world map. So build a radar station. So we're going to go here, and I happen to know, because I did a bit of searching, that it's under the technology and society. So this is a radar station. I'm going to build it, so as you can see, no matter kind of where we place it, it's going to be outside of the shields. So I am going to... Where should we place this? You know what we could do? I was thinking we could build a road here. Let's build our radar station here. So as you can see, it does have a red arrow, so it does need to be like that, but I think we need to do all those removals and things first. So you know what? I'm going to cancel all of that. Oop. Click. Okay. I guess you cannot go off the map. So cancel all of this for right now. Cancel. I mean, I guess it's already going to do that one. We'll have it start removing that kind of stuff. So yeah, and the roads go very easily. So I think this shouldn't take us very long. While we're waiting for that, let's actually take a look at the graphics, because I think at the moment that's a great feature. So this is what we're floating over. This is actually this is just in the atmosphere. So we are on the planet Earth. We're still in orbit of the planet Earth. We'll see that in a couple of minutes. And this is what it now looks like. So the atmosphere's been, well, made completely inhospitable for human life. Let's put it that way, or mostly inhospitable. And then this is what space looks like, and that's the sun up there. And we can see kind of a nebula or something over there, or dust, like a... Yeah, I'm just going to say nebula, because I'm not 100% sure what that is. Stars in the background, but I think graphics-wise, it looks nice. It looks good. I think it's a good game. Well, at least with especially with kind of the background stuff. If you zoom in, for example, here, it's not necessarily the sharpest, although there is a lot of detail that has been included. People, I'm trying to move. I was trying to show you a person to see how well they look. Sorry, I'm barely pressing anything, and it's really moving because we're at such a small scale. Yep, so that's a person who's... We'll pretend he's listening to music. That's why he's bopping around so much. So anyway, let us build now our radar station. So let's put you... Yeah, so right there is the red arrow. You can see it. If I put it there, for example, it's now on that bit of road. The old bit of road that we cannot use. Let's go there. And then let's build a road like that. So I think... Let's go like that. I think eventually I'm going to put some more housing in there, because I doubt we're going to be staying... Oh, actually, 44 house, 44 living spaces, and yet 48 colonists. You know what? Maybe we do need some more housing. And since it only costs material, I'm not so worried. Let's just go like that. So we know exactly what we're going to use that for anyway. Yeah, I think it's a nice looking game on the whole, especially if you look at things that are part of this kind of asteroid, yeah, that's here, which, well, I thought we were supposed to be in the middle of a city, so I'm not really sure why we have, like, mesas and things here, but, don't know. Aesthetically, I mean, it looks pleasing. Oh, we have another incoming particle storm in 25 seconds. So, perform a scan of the building of the surroundings in the navigation interface. So what this means is we have, well, it doesn't really show you, but down here we do have an interface where it says sector SP001. So if you click on that, it actually opens up kind of a map that you can explore. So as you can see, we are definitely still on Earth. It's probably, I mean, judging from the continents and the map itself, we're probably still having trouble rotating. We are still on Earth. It's probably very close in the future. It's a near future. It's not a far distant future because all the land masses look very similar. So what it wants us to do is perform a scan of the surrounding areas. And what that basically means is that we go to the colony here and we say scan surroundings, and it's going to scan these tiles around us to figure out if there's anything there. There are also kind of blue kind of special features that we can see, and yeah, but we don't know what they are, so we don't know anything about them yet. So initiate a flight sequence in the navigation interface. So it took me a bit of time to figure out what exactly that meant, and what it means is we want to fly to one of these hexagons here. So what you need to do is you don't need to interact with this map at all, really, in the beginning. All you do is click colony, for example, and say set destinations, or set destination, there, and then start flight, and then you'll get this animation that's about to come up. Which I think looks very nice. So we are now on the way, so we are now flying. Things are moving past us, and it also tells us how long it's going to take. So in 2 minutes 43 seconds we will be there. So 1 minute in the game is 1 minute in real life at the normal speed. Of course, if you speed it up it will go faster, but yeah, 1 second normal time is 1 second game time as well. There's no difference in the clocks. Okay, so you are removing that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's good. In fact, let's just have you remove everything. Ooh, sorry, not our own buildings. Remove all of the derelict stuff that we can see. So like that. Ooh, no. Let's go like that, and like that. And let's go like that. Okay, so I think that's all the derelict stuff. You don't need to do this, it's just kind of going to give us space. It is also giving us material as well, which we do need for energy. And actually that's going to be important, because I don't think it's ever going to tell us that we need to build more food or more energy or stuff, since we've now done that in the tutorial. So what I'm actually going to do, I think I'm going to build some more housing, because we're definitely going to be increasing our pop numbers quickly. Because I think what we're going to have to do is search for survivors, or search around that, or people are naturally going to have babies. So since we have material, might as well use it to actually start building, I don't know, housing. Might as well make it be very useful. So we're flying to another sector, so we basically need to wait for the minute. So I'm actually going to speed up the game at the moment. As you can see, at 3 speed, it's much faster than real time. So it's a good fast speed. Okay, so we have now arrived. So we've arrived at our target sector, and there are resources. Build a mining drone hub and start mining the natural resources detected in the sector. Natural resources need to be fully mined for task completion. So what we need to do is go here to resources and construction. Hydro tree, construction drone hub. So we want a mining drone hub, which is here. And it does also have an arrow, so we do need to place it on a track or on a road. I'm not really sure what to call these things. Zoom out a little bit. So I think that's a track of some kind, although it looks like all of these fly. But yeah, basically it's a road. It acts like a connection way. So we're building this. Again, I'm going to increase the speed as we watch. Well, we can watch this particle storm happen. So actually, I'm not sure. Okay, it's not damaging this building. I'm wondering if it's because part of it is within the shield, so it's considered secure? Don't know. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to set these to on. So if you don't set these resources in the sector to on, it won't actually mine them, which is, I wish there was kind of an auto function, but yeah, currently it doesn't look like there is. So anyway, let's speed it up so you finish faster. Okay, and back to normal speed. So something I've noticed, we are losing water and we're losing, well, not necessarily losing food, but yeah. Oh, we have raw food, but not cooked food. So I think, well, what I'm gonna do, I don't know if we need to do this later on, but I know that we have a kitchen, and I don't want to run out of cooked food because I don't know if people can actually eat raw food. Although raw food would be vegetables, so yes, I think they could probably. Actually, you know what? I'll wait for the tutorial to tell me. So, okay, we have this now built, and now what we need to do is wait to mine all of these materials. So actually, I'm just gonna speed it up so that way it does it automatically. So we gain some water, we're also gonna gain that material. And it's gonna take, well, even on the fastest speed, it's gonna take some time, because it takes time to actually get this stuff. And actually, something I'm just realizing, we can only go for about 10,000. So let's actually go for some storage, water storage, mineral storage, food storage. Sorry, material storage is what it's called. Let's go here and add some material storage. It will also stop it from taking the materials from this stuff as well. Okay, so you've been, oh, actually, hold on. Let us cancel. So actually, we need to remove these. Let's remove those three because it's being damaged here. It's not under the shield. So what I should have done is go to storage and go there, there, and there. Are you being damaged? You're not being damaged though. How is that possible? Okay, so we can now do 12,000. Great. We're now able to obtain material by mining raw resources. We should search for raw resources in as many sectors as possible. And we really need to fully gain control of the anti-gravity device. There's still too much we don't understand yet. It's still too much that we are not able to do. But first, we need the manpower to get going. When we fly to other sectors, we will inevitably encounter survivors in escape pods. Increase the total population of the colony. So I think now we're kind of on our own. You need an operating... Oh, you're not operating. Can we increase the priority? Yeah, okay. So let's go here. And what we're going to do... We do have a scout drone as well. So what we can do is, when we are the colony, we can scan everything around us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the scout drone to some of the stuff that's outside of this radius. So for example, like there. Deploy drone. At the same time, we're going to scan our surroundings as the colony. And I'll speed it up. Great. So what's happened? There's nothing in these two, but there is human activity detected, but also toxic clouds strength. So there are toxic clouds here as well. Oh, there's also human activity down here. Why don't I... colony, let's set your destination to be there. And let's set... set destination to be there and start the flight so we can actually kind of get those pops, using the wrong word because that's Star Trek New Horizons, get the colonists, the survivors, and they figure out what that human activity actually is. Because we need to get to a total of 300 population, and I don't know how long that's going to take us. Could take us a while, could take us no time at all. So these are fully repaired. Oh, entrance not connected. Oh, I've built them the wrong way around. Let's remove those three. And what's then gonna happen? Storage. Yeah, it has an error that we need. So let's increase that so you come and remove those buildings. Where are you? Oh, you're still... Okay, let's cancel. all of that. And let's cancel all of that. And remove those. Yep, stop that. Decrease speed. Now let's go for storage. Let's go 1, 2, 3. So it seems that they survive in this position. So we're currently having, or we were just having a dust storm. And yeah, they're not being harmed like the ones over here were. So they must have been too far out of the shield. Great. So we still need 2 minutes left. So I'm going to continue on the fast speed. Let us also now continue to remove this stuff. There, and there, and all of that as well. Great, since there's nothing else that you are doing. I'm just noticing we're still losing water. Is that something... So, I mean, it's resources and construction. Oh. Oh, we've arrived. We've arrived at a target sector and we've encountered an escape pod. We can rescue all of them, only half do not rescue. Let's rescue all of them. And you've all been given homes. So let us now go back here. Colony, let's scan the surroundings. And the scout drone, let's set your destination as being there. So there's a medium rock cluster here. Minerals. Oh, okay. So we have resources. But I think human activity is a bit more important at the moment, because that's what we need to continue. So let's set our destination. Probably is going to be there. I think at the moment all of these special things mean that there are humans there. Yep, human activity. So colony, let's start flight. So every time you start flight, it always shows you this cutscene. So if you're doing a lot of flying everywhere at once, or everywhere at the same time, then you'll get to see it quite a lot. So we have a... This is basically a water tower. They're called hydro trees. And I guess they take water from the atmosphere, but I'm not actually 100% sure. I'm just noticing we're losing water. So let's do that, because I think... Water generation? Yeah, we can just generate water. So, well, maybe in the future we can generate more stuff. But yeah, at the moment we can just generate water. So let's do that. It's going to take us 5 in-game minutes, so now about 4.5. Oh, particle storm strength 2. So actually, as you can see, our shield is not powerful enough. So our shield strength, we only have 1. I think we need to do research for that to actually kind of increase, and for us to then be able to protect against stronger particle storms, which is what we just went through. So we went through a level 2, so I think we need the shield strength to be 2. Although I'm, again, not completely sure. Do we need to repair our buildings? I don't know. The thing is... Oh, yes, we do. Okay, so the building health. So there is a button here that shows us the building health. So we do need to repair all of those. That will be helpful. So water, we are gaining... Is that 10 water every time it goes up? Yes, it's 10 water every time this bar is completed. But our colonists are otherwise taking it. So we do need to repair all of that, so let's do that first. So I did promise I would go over here and show you things. So apparently there are elements that you can receive, and you then convert them into other things, and you'll need them for... I'm not sure if it's for special buildings or whether it's for research or things like that. So far I did a little bit of the tutorial, or kind of these pop-ups that have been coming up, and so far nothing has really told me anything about what that's used for. Maybe I didn't get far enough, I'm not sure. Maybe it's not even implemented in the game. This is just kind of there waiting. We do kind of have an overview menu where we can see everything that's going on. How much raw food we have, minerals that we have, things like that. That's also part of the convert elements thing. And then we also have a tech tree, but we currently do not have... Oh yeah, sorry, this is where it's used. So we need, for example, 1 iron, 1 nickel, and 1 cobalt for the energy consumption research. Unfortunately, we don't have a research building yet, so there's nothing we can do. Oh, it looks like we found another escape pod. We've encountered an escape pod. Let's rescue all of them. And you know what? I think... But there's no reason to stay here, so why don't we say, set destination, maybe scan surroundings, just to see if there's anything. For our scout drone, let's set your destination as being up there, because I think that's where we'll go next. And great, okay, so we found some resources, but also a meteor shower, strength 5. I don't think that we can, probably can't survive that, so let's just set our destination being there, and start flight. And as you notice, it's not a direct thing, because it's through all of the hexagons. So what we're going to do is go here, and then go there, following the hexagon. I'm not sure if you can, how well you can see that, but the red part is the flight path. So whenever we click somewhere, that's where we have it selected. When we say, for example, set destination, go there, for example, you see the flight path has changed. I'm not going to do that because we're currently flying. Oh, it looks like our drone has come back. So let's also actually set your destination to be there and deploy the drone to go there. Unfortunately, we cannot give too many... Oh, actually, set destination to be there. And deploy? No, we cannot do it. So it's going, it has to go there. There's nothing we can do about that. So I think we need to basically figure out what all of the these exclamation points are, what they mean. Wait, we were supposed to be there already? Is that what it's saying? Minus 1 minute and 30 seconds? That doesn't make much sense. I don't know. Ooh, this is a Meteor Strike. So anything that gets hit by something that's not within the shield, so for example that little corner there got hit, it then needs to be repaired. You might see some things, yeah, hit the shield and they explode on impact against the shield, which is nice. I think though, if they were stronger, they might actually penetrate the shield. So again, our shield is level 1. If it were... Yeah, I mean, if we could increase the strength, I think it could then survive, completely nullify level 2 meteor storms and particle storms and things like that. Okay, so I think, yeah, I was about to say, I think we're almost there. So if you've noticed, there is a line down there whenever we're traveling. Come on. So there is a line down here whenever we're traveling. It starts as red, goes green, goes green, and then goes blue. And that's what happens. Oh, did we not go the full distance? So colony, set direction, go there, start flight. So again, we see, yeah, this cutscene. And what I'm definitely going to do, let's say scan the surroundings, because I think we can do that. Oh no, we can either fly or scout. Cannot do both at the same time. Let's set your destination as there and deploy the drone. Okay, so let's repair. I think just about everything. I mean, if we look here, yeah, several things have taken damage. We don't want to lose anything, or much of anything at the moment. So in 2 minutes we'll be at our new destination. We can pick up some new colonists. Something we could do, or maybe I'll wait until all of that is done. Oh, I think this is the toxic gases, so we're now entering a place where the atmosphere itself is actually toxic, and I think that makes people ill. I think that's what that means. Working. Oh, we found another escape pod as well. So let's rescue all of them, because we want as many as possible. We're at 98, and we need to get up to 300. So what we definitely need to do, kind of as quickly as possible, let's scan surroundings. Toxic clouds. Let's send our drone there. We need to get away from the toxic clouds. So let's actually say colony, set destination to go there. we'll get some minerals or something while we're moving away from the toxic clouds, and we will see, hopefully our scout, our drone, will actually tell us what's here. Hopefully it's just humans, there's nothing else. Nothing else we have to worry about. Yep, human activity. So let's set your destination now to be there. So go do that one. Meteor Strike 3? Yeah, that's where we're moving into. Oh, particle storm, human activity. Let's set your destination to be there. Okay, so how is the colony doing? Ooh, we are about to lose that building right there. But we might as well repair everything, because it looks like everything is being attacked anyway. Not attacked, but harmed. So I think a lot of this is going to be, a lot of this game, I mean, as it's still very early days. It's early access Steam, version 0.1.4, Sphere Flying City is the name of the game, and yeah, it's still very early days, but it looks like a lot of it is going to be kind of player versus the environment. Great, so we arrived at the target sector, and there are resources available for mining. So, actually we don't really need them. It was more just to get out of the way. Nope, we're having another particle storm. That's why it's all orange. But I think, yeah, our shields should protect all of that, because it's just at 1 strength. So let's say, let's send our drone out first, because there's no cutscene for that. And let's set you as there, and start flight. Yeah, so at the moment, there's no way to skip that cutscene, which is why I'm not doing it. But yeah, I do really like the, especially the sky, and I like the kind of the detail right here as well. Yeah, I think this game has potential. I think it's definitely worth playing. It's, as I said, still very early days. There's still lots of things that are not included, not close to being a final product, but I think it has great potential. It's an interesting concept, kind of a flying city, a city that can move, where you can maybe even dodge environmental things. I really don't know what's planned for this game. I don't think much information has been released so far. It's just entered early access. But there might be, for example, roving environmental hazards. I don't know if those are already in the game, or whether that might be something that they include. Could be very interesting. So we have more colonists, and I think what you would now do is just continue to fly to other sectors and encounter survivors. However, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you have enjoyed this kind of very different new episode of Jamie Plays. If so, please remember to give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please also do that as well. So, there is also a Discord if you'd like to join. There I have a community, also shared with another YouTuber called Corner Trapbeard, where we talk about gaming. We have a community, maybe we'll talk about what we had for lunch, and really just kind of hang out and help each other as well with the different games that we play. And it's a very nice community. I really enjoy it. I think people are very opening, very welcoming, very accepting. So if you'd like to join that, the link to the Discord invite link is in the description below. So yeah, remember, like, subscribe, join Discord if you can, and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.